Hi guys, it's Jennifer Don Gaviola again, and welcome back to my video series called 20 Looks and Outlooks for 2020. And I wanted to share the purpose of this video series is really to help you feel deeply aligned with who you are from the inside out, so you can really thrive in your life, in your business in 2020. So today we're on video 5. So I really love the look and the topic I'll be sharing with you. So first I wanted to share the look. So I'm wearing this men's long sleeve tee. It says the word savage. So let me show you the whole look real quick. So I'm wearing it with this gold vintage belt, these leather shorts, and I'm wearing some boots with it. I'll show you in a photo later. Okay, so I chose this look. I'm calling this look, remember each outfit has a name, and this one's called Sasha. And this one, I really felt moved to talk about, well, the outlook I wanted to talk about that ties to this outfit is to say yes and play the hell out of the cards that life deals you. So hence the word, the theme of the word savage. A lot of people think of the word savage as like being like relentless, and there's some truth to that, but what I wanted to really talk about is this unstoppable nature that we're all born with, and that no matter what comes your way, good or bad, that you have the power to really receive the grace and the blessing from it. It's really having that mindset that no matter what, you're unstoppable. And the reason, like for me, how I'm able to do that is to trust that there's a force greater than me that's supporting me, that's carrying me, that's helping me through. And for me, that's God. But whatever you believe in, the universe, the divine, life, or whatever you believe in, there is something greater than you that is every day inspiring you to rise higher, to reach your highest potential, right? So that's how I wanted to kind of position what we're talking about today. So what I wanted to also share is, and this applies like both in your life, in your business, you know, sometimes we get dealt opportunities that we're not ready for, we think, which I'm going to give you some examples to help you apply this for your own life and business. So, you know, having this sort of savage mentality, it's really applies to both the good and the challenges, okay? So, but it's really about like questioning these limitations, right? So it applies to what is positive, but also especially the challenges that happen in your life that are unexpected, to really allow those challenges not to stop you, but allow yourself to actually go through it and trust that you are being carried through this process, because on the other side of the challenge is a blessing meant for you to help you become stronger, wiser. And so it takes a lot of faith, but that's really the truth of things don't happen to you, they really happen for you. I'm sure you've heard that phrase before. So, because when you do that, your story becomes your testimony to show other people what's possible of being able to, what's able to be overcome, right? So really, because your journey is not just meant for you. Like me sharing in this way, it's not just meant for me. I feel like there's a greater purpose, a greater calling on my life, and I feel called to express myself, share my story, share my experience to help you really uh, remember the power that you have to impact your life and those around you in a positive way in your life and your business. So I thought it would be helpful for me to share some examples so you could apply this in your own life. So, like I said, having this sort of savage mentality, it applies to both positive things and also challenging things. So, first off, starting off with something positive, um, I mentioned last week that I got a unexpected uh, opportunity to speak in New York at the Her Story conference, and I literally was invited the day before, and my ego was like, "Oh no, you need more time. This is like you can't do this." But something inside me and my spirit said yes, and I decided to listen to that voice. And yes, it was challenging and a little bit stressful just because of timing, but the timing felt like divine timing for me because I felt like I was being called to share my story to help serve other introverted leaders that needed to hear my story and how I have grown my business um, and created sustainable success as a introverted entrepreneur for 10 years. So, and really to share like what it takes to really own your quiet voice with a sense of power and style, really. So it feels authentic and sustainable, like your self-defined success. So that experience was challenging in a good way, but it really, again, applying this sort of savage mentality, I said yes because I was being used. I could feel I was being called to be used um, to help serve others by me showing up, right? So that's why I said yes. So, and this also applies to, well, before I go into the challenges, just know that when opportunities come your way, especially things you've been praying for, and then when they actually show up, don't shrink back and be like, oh no, I'm not ready, or procrastinate. Like if it feels like a yes to you, just say yes, and then trust that in the process, you will be given the grace and the strength and the wisdom to actually follow through and show up because you're not alone. Like God is always with you, helping you get through what you need to get through and for you to rise higher. So, and I find this sort of savage mentality can definitely be applied to uh, unexpected, seemingly negative sort of challenges. Uh, and I wanted to just share some examples of how did not let these, on the surface, these seeming obstacles stop me because I could feel and still feel that God built me in a way where no matter what comes my way, I am stronger than any obstacle that comes my way. Nothing that happens in this world is meant to stop or overcome me. And that's what I really want to relay to you. So, I've talked about this before with being diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis. Um, that in itself, just because it's a debilitating disease, I could have allowed that to change my whole perception of how I see myself. Just feeling, I've had times, especially early on, where I felt like I wanted to just give up or feel really victimized by even my own body. But I can honestly say that because I had faith and I didn't give up, being diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis really has been a hidden blessing because it's helped me to be really appreciative of my life, not to take my life or my body for granted, have a deep appreciation and respect for my own body. Uh, it showed me how to take better care of myself and to show that I have value beyond my image or what I do. Um, that in itself really has helped me to have this deeper sense of self compassion and humility. And so that's one example of like really allowing yourself to receive, to go through the actual emotions of feeling the challenge, but then you allow yourself to reach the other side and receive the blessing, right? So another challenge that I had that I've mentioned is losing my successful career as a design director. That again challenged my notion of, is my value only based on my work, my position, my career, and like losing that again made me question and recognize what is my value on the inside, outside of what I can achieve, how I can perform. That in itself has been very transformative and healing for me, because I really question this old story that my value was only based in my self-worth was only based on my performance and what I achieved. You know, that in itself, those two things, and just those two things, well, they're big, but it's really helped me to deepen my relationship with myself and like recognize that I can see myself as valuable outside of an image that I've created, or um, my position um, in my previous career. So another challenge that I know a lot of you can relate to is just being an introvert in general, especially as as a introverted entrepreneur. That being an entrepreneur has its own challenges to begin with, but on top of that, being an introvert, it's like adding that uh, layer to entrepreneurship. It's like you have to find, doing this for 10 years, I realized you have to find a way to honor your energy, honor your natural pace and your process without having to push yourself or force yourself to be something that you're not. And so um, I could have looked at the challenge of being an entrepreneur and saying, oh, this is too hard, I was going to quit. But I was determined to find a way to create success in my own way that felt authentic and real and impactful, but it felt like true to me. And that's because I kept saying yes to finding a solution, finding a way to do that. So if you're an introverted entrepreneur, um, just know that how you're naturally built has purpose, and you can find a way, in your own time, with your own process. You can find a way to really uh, leverage your strengths and create success in a way that feels right and impactful for you and the people that you're meant to serve. Um, and then let me see another example. As an entrepreneur, you are you learn how to manage your resources very well, because it's all on you, right? So there have been times in my life where, on my entrepreneurial journey, where you know financial challenges have happened. So that in itself, it's like that again. I didn't let that stop me. I just used it as a opportunity, God's opportunity for me to be more disciplined with my resources and with my money, and to show me how to maximize and make the most out of the resources I've been given, and to be more disciplined and just to make wise decisions. And so um, I'm sharing these examples for me on my journey to really just give you some inspiration and some encouragement to know that any of these challenges by itself would be a lot, and many times I've wanted to quit, but I choose to continue to say yes to myself and to this larger, bigger calling that's beyond me, even when I feel weary and unsure and uncertain. Like these emotions of feeling insecure. I mean, that doesn't go away necessarily. The fear doesn't go away. It's about making the choice. What am I going to do with this situation? Am I going to see it as an opportunity, or am I going to see it as a setback that's going to stop me? And you can always take a break, but take a breather if you ever feel like overwhelmed, you're not sure what to do. But again, make the choice after you take some time to just breathe. Get back to yourself and ask yourself, this is what I do, what I don't know. I pray and I ask God, help me see the situation the way you do. Help me see myself the way you do. And then I eventually receive the grace and the strength to keep going, to keep moving, and to allow myself to receive the wisdom and the grace that I'm meant to receive to do this, to do whatever is being asked of me. And we all have that. So I hope that this has been inspiring for you. I know that life is mysterious, and sometimes we just don't understand when things happen. Well, we can celebrate when we get unexpected opportunities that are positive, that can help us move forward. And I encourage you to say yes to those, even though you feel like you're not ready, because those opportunities have presented themselves because you are ready. It's just about you expanding into a greater version of yourself. And those opportunities that look like obstacles, really allow those obstacles to transform you, and allow those obstacles to deepen your faith and help you expand into a new, stronger version of yourself, because you're not meant to know everything. You're meant to allow yourself to walk one step at a time in faith, and then allow yourself to expand. That's what happened to me last week, with that talk and all the other challenges I've gone through. I just take one step at a time and allow myself to walk in the dark, and just trust that the peace, I will receive the peace and the grace and the wisdom necessary as I keep walking, and eventually I will be on the other side, right? And that's what I want to reflect to you. So if this resonates with you and you'd like to go deeper on really how to apply this sort of savage mindset and continue to say yes to you, and really play the hell out of the cards that God gives you, because they're given to you for a reason. There's a divine reason, and on the other side of the challenge, good or bad, is a blessing just waiting for you to expand into a higher version of yourself. So if you would like to learn more on how you can build on this mindset and really activate your goals, especially as an introverted entrepreneur this year, and have that unstoppable mentality to really move forward, what Kobe always calls this mindset Mamba mentality. That's a similar way of talking about this unstoppable way of approaching life, and having this deep commitment to rising higher, so every day you're reaching a new level of yourself. That's what I'm talking about. So you can email me at info@dawningsoul.com, or you could send me a private message. And again, all of these vintage looks from my Gabiola vintage collection are available, and this Sasha vintage tee is available. And I will put in the comments below more details on this piece. And as a reminder, a portion of the sales from these vintage pieces from my Gabiola collection will go to the Kobe and Vanessa Bryant Family Foundation, and also the Mamba Sports Foundation to further Kobe and Gigi's legacy in youth sports. So I think that's it. I hope you received a lot of value from this talk today, and got some inspiration from this outfit. And I'll be sharing more photos from this outfit later, so you can see how the whole look looks. But really, this particular topic, I just really, it's really, really close to my heart because there's no way I could be serving in this way if I didn't have this mentality of trusting that no matter what happens, nothing in my life is meant to overcome me. And that's what I want to relay to you. Nothing in your life is meant to stop you. It's really about you remaining uh, steadfast in your commitment to yourself and trusting that even if you don't know, there's a force greater than you that does know and that you have purpose here. And keep rising higher, even if you don't know how, because that life force is within you and can never leave you, and that God is always with you and always loves you. And just trust that your purpose cannot be stopped. Um, and it all depends on you, and you have it within you. You have it within you. Okay, guys, I will talk with you soon for the next video, and enjoy your day. Bye.